a circle and an egg shape, and then you add a stalk, and then you smooth out the shape. My design will look like this: a second pair, and in these sections we'll get some really beautiful transparent layers happening. Lovely watercolor paper. This one's called Bahong. So it's really important at this stage that you remove any unwanted pencil marks. I'm using the 3 primaries. I've got Aureolin Yellow, Rose Madder for the red, and Cobalt Blue. I'm going to make a puddle of yellow over here, pretty much mixing in all of that Aureolin to make a lovely puddle. And I'm just wiping the excess so it sits back in the well. Wetting my next brush to make a beautiful puddle of Rose Madder. Pairing is the Cobalt Blue, and I'm using about half of that amount of paint I squeezed out. I squeezed out about a pea-sized amount, and I've mixed up about half of it. I'm going to use this piece of paper to swatch my colours on. My Aureolin Yellow, and it's quite intense, so I think I'll put water down first. Here's my Rose Madder, again beautifully intense, and here's my Cobalt Blue. So I'm going to use a 4th brush just as a water brush, and I'm going to paint this one over here first. I'm going to put on lots of water, particularly where I'm going to create a highlight. So probably half of the pear is now water. Get rid of that one and pick up the yellow and paint into the water and then to the edge of the pear. Drop in bits of red. Force it to move about a bit. And then I'm just going to use my yellow brush, load it with some water, and push it all the way to the edge of my pencil mark. There, a little bit more water just to push around the paint, force it around, just pushing the colour around to get some of those beautiful watercolour effects. While I let that one dry, I'll paint this one over here, again loaded with water, probably half the pear painted in water, a bit more water. And down here, about half the pear. And then switch to the yellow and painting half in the water, and so that's called wet in wet, and half on the dry surface. Just bringing that yellow down. A bit more yellow. If you have a bigger brush and a bigger surface, you don't need to reload quite as much. Now I'm just touching the edge of my drawn surface over there. This way I'm keeping some of the yellow light over there and darker over there. Then drop in my beautiful red. This is Rose Madder. And a little bit of Cobalt. I've made a beautiful grey where the brush has picked up all 3 colours. Going back to my yellow, a little bit of water to push the colours around just to make them blend a little more on the page. If I do a sweeping motion like that, just remove the excess water, then I get a lovely round suggestion of shape. Okay, those two are done. I need these to dry before I paint the third pair. I need that section and that section to be really lovely and dry. Okay, back again. I'm going to paint the third pair. Now, the point of this exercise is that this third pair overlaps the other two pairs, and you're going to get these 2 points here where you're going to get transparent layers. And that's one of the beauties of watercolor, is that it's capable of beautiful transparency. Water first. I'm going to do a similar thing in that I am painting about half or maybe more in just water, and I'm avoiding these sections for now. I don't want to re-wet the bottom layer just yet. I'm just going to fill in down here first. So that when it comes time to paint over the other layer, I can do it with the least number of strokes possible. Okay, lovely watery amount of yellow on my brush, and I'm going to go over that section with the least number of strokes possible. Same on the other side. Least number of strokes possible. Aureolin yellow is a particularly transparent yellow, and rose madder is a particularly transparent yellow, red or pink, depending on what you would like to call it. And drop in colour in those lovely sections there. And then cobalt is also a transparent blue. Least number of strokes when you are glazing over another colour. And then to finish off, a bit of yellow to decide where I'd like to move the colour around. I'm going to push that blue up into the stalk. I'm going to add a little bit of the colour on this edge, bring that red up there, and then I'm going to push that colour around so it blends a little more. Same with this colour, I'm pushing into it, and these ones, just want them to blend. And over here, I'm going to leave that, and I might just add a little yellow there. And here, don't really want pure blue, I like it mixed with the yellow. And then while that one is drying on top of the others, I'm going to switch to a nice small brush and do the stalks. I'm starting over on this one because I'm left-handed, so then I can move backwards. I'm going to give each of the stalks a base layer of yellow and then drop in the other two colours, a bit of red and a bit of blue. I'm not washing my brush in between because that introduces extra water every time you do that, but I will wash it to go back to the yellow. Next stalk has a base of yellow. Drop in some rose madder, cobalt. Clean it off only to go into the yellow. And here's my third stalk. I'm nearly done. Stalk, yellow base, rose madder, and cobalt. Thick cobalt. And I'm done. I'm going to use the same brush to add my signature. And I'm going to mix a colour, a bit of this yellow, add a bit of the red, and a tiny bit of blue. And I'm getting a really lovely brownie coloured orange. And I'm going to quite carefully paint my signature. I could do it anywhere I like. I could do it here. Yep, I'll do it here. And I'm done. Thanks for watching, guys.